Welcome to another episode of Little Talks, your weekly dose of marketing news and insights from Littlefield Agency.
For our listeners,
Sam has his laptop open to YouTube playing.
What?
It's technically a scene from The Hangover, not the Yeezy video.
dude, I watched. Yeah, it's not easy. I watched The Hangover. Welcome back to another edition of Little Talks with Littlefield Agency. I'm Sam Littlefield. With me is
Roop.
I was traveling on an airplane yesterday, heading back from Cincinnati, Ohio. Awesome new client kickoff with Clope. Siva, Adrian, and Justin were just freaking. I'm very, very excited for this relationship. Anyway, I did a lot of work in the afternoon, had a long layover, and then on my flight from Chicago to Tulsa, I watched The Hangover, and oh my God, I was giggling. I haven't seen that movie in 10 years.
It's fantastic. The sequels.
Zach Galifianakis, fabulous.
Yeah, it's
Alan.
Launched his career.
It is November 6th. It's a Wednesday. Roop's in the house. We're energized. We just got out of a really good staff meeting. We have some huge news to announce. We can't announce it yet as an agency. But some really fun things come in here in the next 60 days. Claude's pumped.
Yeah.
We have lots of big news that we just can't announce until January.
News.
Right?
Really good. Yeah. Don't worry, we're not being sold or anything, and we're all here. Everything's doing great. But just some really fun things for the agency over the next 60 days. In addition to that, it's officially fall. Roop's got his sweater on for those not watching. I've got a vest, and Claude has what she calls a puffer on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
puffer jacket, puffer season.
Yeah, she said she walked in the agency this morning and said it's puffer season. My mind conjured up some different images, but there she is in her puffer jacket. Puff jacket. Puffer?
Puffer.
Puffy.
Puffy.
Yeah.
It's a puffer.
Puff.
Ooh, maybe
It's a
not
puffer.
Puffy. I don't think.
And by the way,
we're not supposed to talk about Puffy right now.
She's in a light puffer jacket.
Yes.
It's
the full puffer will come out when it gets like 40 degrees.
Right.
Yeah. It's a transitional puffer.
Claude is a vibe today. She looks very great. So, anywho, we are going to any housekeeping, Roop? Anything that happened while I was out that we need to tell our listeners about?
We had a nice Halloween last week with all the kids.
Very nice. We had 14 kids show up.
Yeah, that's
which
a
was
lot.
Just really fun, really neat.
Yeah, and Sarah, of course, always did a great job putting games and fun stuff together for them to do. That was
The
awesome.
kids had a movie going in the Icon room. We had glow sticks, all the candy, of course. You could bowl. What was it? What would you bowl? Like kind of the zombie cups or something?
Yeah. Like bowling for kids.
Anywho, literally from like newborn to I think Quinn's 11 or 12 years old. No, I don't think he's that old. 10 or 11
Let's
maybe.
say 10.
But anyway, we ran the
Addie.
gamut.
Addie's
Addie.
like 14.
Addie's 14. She was here too. So we had a really nice crew. We hope you guys had a great Halloween, safe Halloween. It was really nice this year. But yeah, anyway, it's November and just all sorts of cool things going on. We're at the end of the season. We're at the end of the year, and that's our topic today. We want to talk about, making the most of your B2B marketing during the holidays. Claude. Perfect. Roop, walk us through some of this. This is really good. Guys, here's the thing. We think about our clients. I think about the prospective clients that we talked to. We just, kicked off this new client relationship yesterday. November and December, right? It's kind of a tricky time of year because consumers are winding down, and I'm specifically talking in the B2B space. They're still purchasing.
Yeah, and you've got a bunch of holidays, people in and out of the office, and
we're prospecting. You're prospecting your customers and people, and especially, and I talk about this all the time, especially after the pandemic, right? I feel like during the holidays, people literally just check out. I actually talked to someone the other day in Miami. I really like this guy. And I'm going to be down there in the first week of January. He goes, "Oh man, that's playing catch up from the holidays. I can't see you." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm in your backyard. Let me come see you." And he was like, "Hey, how about February?" I actually happen to be down there in February for a magnet meeting, so it all works out. But I'm telling you, people just when they want to be checked out and not working, that's the case, and that's okay.
Yeah, and it's usually right around now, right? Early to mid-November, people start making holiday plans and holiday parties and travel to see the family and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And
they're trying to get this stuff off their plate to have a successful 2025. Here's the other thing. You guys, some of you have new fiscals, right? We've got clients that just started November 1st. We have some that start in September, some that start in October, and some that start in January. So there's just a lot of moving pieces right now. But we're going to give you some tips over the next 45 days of how you're staying top of mind and what you're doing to gear up for 2025?
Yeah, we got a handful of things here, and right out of the gate, I think I want to note I wrote this on the script, so I'm going to read it out loud. Sure, B2C seems to rule during the holiday season.
Of course. Retail.
First thing you think of, right?
Yeah. Prime Day.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
I love Cyber Monday,
which is like a week now, isn't it? It's
yeah,
like Cyber
basically
week,
is. But
week and a half,
I love Cyber Monday. I get some good deals.
But this is also a prime time for B2B marketers to connect with their customers in a more personal way too, and that personal way is kind of key here, I think.
Think about the seasonality of your business. A lot of our clients really pick up in the spring and summertime.
Yeah,
now is a great time. Brand, baby. Don't push product. Yes, we have to sell product. Brand and personalization. I really do love that. Connecting on a personal level. People are, you're talking to Father Christmas over here, but people are generally happier this time of year. There's Thanksgiving, you've got wonderful food, you got the family gatherings leading into, God, don't even get me started on the 25 days of Christmas. I mean, that's just a happy time of year. And so, what's fun ways that your brands can personally connect with your prospective customer, your current customers, and really leverage that relationship in a good way, in a healthy way to prepare you for 2025.
Yeah, and I think the idea during the holidays that people are already kind of in that personal sphere mode, right? You're thinking about your immediate family and Christmas gifts and like those plans, all that kind of stuff. So you're already kind of in a personalized mode, and we're already a little probably hypersensitive to the barrage of B2C ads and those kinds of overselling things that you're going to get.
Yes.
So adding that personality to it, if you feel like you're a dull or boring B2B, try not to be that.
Yeah.
This is the time to try something different.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Roop. Finding the right tone, kind of, again, guides and resources during these next 45 days. What do you think, Roop?
Well, rather than that overly formal language, try more genuine, thoughtful messages, expressing gratitude or sharing useful insights, things like that, things that are helpful. Sometimes that personal touch isn't down the avenue of selling. Sometimes it is that brand affinity. I understand you and your problems, and here's some content or message that kind of backs that up, right? So just kind of finding the right tone that matches your audience and starts to move that needle towards more feeling like they're more personal. And how are you going to know if that's happening is the kind of comments you're going to get on your social post, for example.
Yes.
Like if you're interacting with your customer base in a way that's actually touching them, they're going to ask questions of you. They're going to give you a shout out. They're going to interact back. So that's a good way to measure if this is working or not.
Think about this time of year, and I think there's some ways to incentivize your customers or your prospective customers. Surveys, right? Take time, take advantage to learn what your brand is doing well, what's working on the product side, what's working on the service side, and how can you better improve that going into the new year. I talked to someone the other day. One of the most powerful and underutilized marketing words is you. Y-O-U.
Yeah.
And that means something to me if I'm talking to you, Mr. Roop. Yeah. And think about this I really, especially since I become a father and since the pandemic, November is a month of Thanksgiving for me as I'm getting a little more reflective in my older age. And thanking your customers. Some of your customers, they do a lot of business with you guys, right? And taking that time in a personalized way, whether that's engaging, your sales team, and it could be phone calls. It could be, and sure, generalized. If I send an email to 20,000 people, that's not as personalized and thoughtful. But think about your big customers. Think about your overall customer base. Maybe that is fine to send an email there, but thanking them for their business, thanking them for the opportunity to serve them. You've got people that have used your product for decades. You have some people that just purchased your product this summer.
And you can send them the email. You can send them the I'm going to say fruit basket, but hopefully it's something better than that.
Don't get me started.
I've been on
fruit
Carrie like,
baskets.
when are we getting fruit basket this year? She's like, what's wrong with you? And I hate fruit baskets, for the record.
Yeah.
But beyond just that kind of that type of personal touch, you can do that kind of thing with your social as well. You can thank those vendors or those customers publicly as well for just years of dedication, the opportunity to work with them, or however you want to phrase that. But that's another way to give a personal touch, is to actually mention somebody in a social post. They get a little something out of it, and you get a little something out of it.
Is that kind of your point, to spotlight customers here?
Yes.
I really like that.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting. I am, God, we are so thankful for our clients, and then some of the relationships that we have with them are just incredible. And so to spotlight that in your own world and for your own customers, thank you, Jerry, who's purchased, he's been with his Grasshopper mower for, 2 decades now. I love that.
And you're dovetailing that. The next one was thank you campaigns.
Yeah.
Literally saying thank you here. And I think those campaigns can run to your customers, your vendors, the people you do business with, but they can also go to your employees. It's nice to recognize your employees during the holidays as well in a personal way, because it shows that you actually care about something, right, other than the sale.
What we do at the agency, we have everyone stand around the table. This is after a glass of wine or a beer, and we do soups giving here. We don't do Thanksgiving.
That's what
we
I'm
do
pumped about.
Soups. It's a little lighter. There's a good tip for you too. But we have every employee stand, and Claude's been here for almost a year now. She'll be one of the first people that sits down. And but what's really cool is, have you been here for 1 year or less? Thank you for your service. Please sit down. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. We have an employee that will celebrate his 20th anniversary next year, Mike Rocco.
You think he'll make it?
And I hope so.
This is my bug in this episode, to see if he pays attention and listens. I know he doesn't.
He doesn't listen.
I know he doesn't.
But I do love that plug. But anyway, it's things like that, and I always love it gets quieter and quieter as we get towards the higher year marks. I think about some of you all that are listening. You have employees that have been there for 30, 40, or 50 years. There's something tenure is a powerful thing and a lost art these days. Loyalty, I think, is just so valuable and powerful. We have very loyal employees, thank God. But just, again, that taking that time to acknowledge, we have, as a smaller company, people that bring it every day and they bust it every day. And we are so thankful for that.
Yeah.
And so be thinking of ways. That's a really, I didn't even think, I thought about this in the sense of customers, Roop. But thinking about how internally you can thank your employees is a good, what I'd call a challenge over the next 3 weeks as you prepare for Thanksgiving and the holidays.
Yeah.
Good, Roop.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
We realize this time of year, we're talking with everyone is finalizing budgets for 2025. You're working through plans. You're figuring out partners. We get it. And you're traveling, right? Like there's just a lot going on this time of year. But taking that time for your customers, your prospective customers, and most importantly, your employees, is just good as we think about your marketing, wrapping this year and gearing up for 2025.
Yeah, grow those relationships.
That's what it comes down to, baby. We're all about that. Well, Roopster, my friend, another day.
Another sleigh.
Let's go, Claude.
You know who's on the podcast next week, right?
Oh, yay.
Oh, no way. Is it?
Yeah.
Do we name her name?
I don't know.
I'm glad she's not on it this week. She just showed me and some others in the kitchen the back of her mouth. She has strep throat.
Why is she here?
That's what I said. I was like, what are you doing? She has a huge
on,
presentation for a client at 10. She's like, I can't miss it. And I was like,
You could do it on Zoom.
we were just in staff meeting all together right next to each other. So anyhow,
I was on the far side.
your throat turns white in the next couple of days.
Oh, my God.
It's white, dude. It's like,
Come on.
yeah,
Dude.
it's sick. It's
Why?
like actually sick.
Luckily, I don't ever get strep throat. So
Watch Claude get it. Eventually.
I'm like the
I hope
first
not,
one.
Claude. I hope not. Okay, Chelsea Clement. She's with us next week.
yay.
Tune in, tune up. It's going to be great. You guys have a fabulous Wednesday. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap. We hope you've enjoyed our little chat and found ways to grow your own marketing strategies. Remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and follow us on social media @Littlefield Agency.